going on, y'all? It's your boy OK Bet, aka K Trades, man. We back, man. And it's been a little minute, man. I feel like I've been MIA for a little while, but you know, it's all good. Sometimes you gotta take some time off. So before we get started, as far as levels and SPY and what happened and everything, I just wanted to take the time real quick to just make sure to say that y'all make sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, mind, body, and soul. Because this stuff can get stressful, and yes, even though this is our job, you never want your job to kind of take over your personal life, So it's always good to kind of, breathe a little bit, get a little away from the charts. It doesn't matter the circumstances, doesn't matter if you're having a great time, bad time, doesn't matter. Just you gotta lock in, physically, and like I said, just mind, body, and soul. But anyway, let's get into it. So, man, crazy day on Friday. I'm not gonna lie, bruh. At the end of day, bro, the SPX contracts did 100x. 100x. $5 into 500. Bro, that is nuts. Oh, I'm so hurt. I didn't hold, bro. I'm just so hurt. I think I sold for like 60%, man. But yeah, I just, like I said, mine all over the place. And then I forgot it was the last day of the month. So I just wasn't, I wasn't just trying to hold all day. And I was like, I'll just take my 60. And then literally, like, as I'm getting ready or something like that, all I hear is beep, beep, beep. I'm like, it can't be, but it was. But yeah, pretty simple day. Came down to support. I pretty much missed the beginning of the day, but we always talked about that 740, right? Bearish below, you gotta be bullish above, right? Nothing's changed at all. So before below, it tried to go down, bounced off major support, got back above that 740, consolidated, right? Previous day's close, all that good stuff. Bang, broke out right into our next level of resistance, which is around that same area, 756, all the way up to the 758 level. So where we go now? What's the game plan, man? What are we looking for, right? So first off, we are already gapping up, right? And if we look at the higher time frames, look at the daily real quick, right? You can see kind of this. You can call it a wedge, you can call it a bull flag, you can call it a pennant, whatever whatever you want to call it, right? We've had this kind of. Ooh, I was terrible drawing. Oh my goodness, I was terrible. I know it's been long. It ain't been that bad, but yeah. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, you see it. Kind of gets tight. We had a few false breakouts. Remember, we shorted up here, right? Daily double top, bang, broke down, retest, went short, woke up, bang, 600% puts, right? So we already played to the downside, right? I know I haven't made a video in a few days, but this is what we were talking about, that 731, right? The levels are already there, right? I think it was FOMC day, and it just dumped. That was actually a good day too, because I bought puts. I was actually out getting food, bro. And once we cracked that 740, I was like, bro, there's no way, bro. So I was like, man, it is what it is. We already made money to the upside, so I grabbed some puts. And yeah, what day was that? Yeah. That was the 29th? This is 29th? Yes, it's the 29th. Yeah, they was going crazy. So I was just like, bro, spam puts. Bro, everything was just going nuts. So I was like, bro, I'm just keep buying puts. So yeah, we sold, a little too early and got hit low a day. But like I said, you never truly know. And it's good because if you look, next day, everything gapped up, right out of that beautiful support zone, all the way down to 726. It even overshot it. That's pretty crazy. But for it to have recovered the full FOMC move and we're back into 750s, it does all look good, in my opinion. VIX came down, which is good, right? We don't really have to be too worried unless it, reclaims 17 and then kind of push back up to 19. Of course, if it goes 20 plus, of course we'll be watching out. But to the downside, we still got some room. It's like the little spike zone, I like to call it. Pretty much a lot of the times we come down here, we do get crazy spikes, right? Not instantly, but you just gotta, you just always want to make sure you're aware of what's going on, upside, downside. But let's go to the higher time frames back on SPY real quick. It is gonna be a little iffy because we still haven't had a full day close outside of not only this wedge, but above 750. So definitely kind of be aware of the higher time frames for sure. Because obviously it does look good. The easiest thing obviously is just buy any dip to all-time highs. But we just never know, right? This has been some crazy PA. This has all been pretty nuts. Very sideways, right? Over here you see it's kind of very clear, clear, whatever. Over here it's just like everything has a wick. Everything's just kind of going crazy. So yeah, just kind of be aware, because things are, getting a little close back to all-time highs. And me personally, like I said, I love being bullish, but at the same time, you gotta just, what's wrong, my mom? You gotta just trade what you see. And sorry, my cat was yelling. She's having a rough day. But yeah, you gotta trade what you see. So if we do hold higher time frames, right, please do not fall for any wicks, any traps, because look at this. If you fell for any of these wicks up here beginning of the day, you got cooked long. If you fell for the wicks down here, you got cooked short. So just wait for confirmation. If you didn't take anything at all on Friday, hey, that's better than not really knowing what you're looking for and stuff like that. So if it feels uncomfortable, if it feels like, oh man, I don't really know what's gonna happen, then just it's okay. None of us know what's gonna happen. But if it kind of scares you a little bit, just give it more time, right? Get off the 5, get off the 5, even get off the 30. Go to whatever works for you, right? Whatever you need. So, yeah, and definitely watch previous days low, previous days high, all that good stuff, previous days close, and yeah, it should be all good. Don't stress anything. I know. Again, I went on Twitter today, and it's just it's madness already. Everybody's talking about the biggest crash, and some people talking about the biggest bull run. You can just never trust what anybody says, and you should question everything, right? Question all levels, question all teachings, question everything, right? Because truly, none of us actually know. Difference between me and you is I'm just bold enough to get on here and say what I think possibly could happen, right? Regardless, whatever you think, it could be happening too. Don't ever just take my word for it or take anybody's word for it. Go study your charts, do your due diligence, and just make sure that everything is according to par, right? And how do you know this stuff? You practice, right? You go back and look at time, okay? You backdate, you look at all this stuff. All right, cool. What did price do at this level, right? Even here, what did price do at this level? As long as it held, what is that? 746 to 748, right? So as long as you can hold this 746, 748, you do get some pops, right? But once you start to lose it, right, it just starts to go down. And you can see this the higher the time frame you move, right? Let me see. Right, the higher time frames you go, the easier it kind of is. But that means you're gonna have to wait longer. So if you look at a 4-hour chart, then you're gonna have to wait 4 hours for that candle to close. And sometimes that's the best, right? But until we get this confirmation, which hopefully by tomorrow, this isn't just all the way down here or something nuts, or even all the way up here, because that'll be kind of not fair, because we do want this nice move if it'll give it to us, right? Even if it wants to back test, the 745, I would prefer a deeper test only to make sure that this is real, right? Because we do have a high, a lower high, a lower high, right? So there still is possibility for a lower high. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but we don't know, right? We don't know, but you still have to have a plan for either side. So you have a plan for the upside, you have a plan for the downside. So remember, just watch your major overall zones, that 745 to 748 ish, right? As long as that holds hourly, everything looks good, we probably get a little dip or something, then go for it, right? You got to just trust our plan. If it comes in here, bounce off this, I'm going long, right? But if we come down in here and we start rejecting, making lower highs, I'm not saying I'm going to go short, but I'll definitely be watching for downside. Because remember, this has been pretty bearish over here lately. So, they can be trapping both sides right at this level, right? Remember we talk about how bear traps and bull traps are formed, right? You go, and then boom, right? It might take out a swing low, it might take out a swing high. It might make it feel like, oh, it's going to reverse, and then that's when it somehow gets a new low, right? So be careful for either side. I'm hopefully it's bullish, we'll get some money on. If it's not bullish and it's downside, we'll still get some money on. So y'all know where to find me, man. Y'all know where I call out all my trades at. Anything you need, hit your boy, man. So I'll see y'all, and yeah, keep it simple. Don't stress this out, right? It's as simple as you make it. If you complicate things, it will be complicated. If you keep it simple, it'll be simple, right? So simplicity is patience, right? Patience comes with simplicity. Simplicity comes with patience, right? Because there's no other way to know, right? Even over here, if you were watching this on any smaller time frame, you could have been freaking out over, once that after hours hit and the thing started dipping, right? But you go to higher time frames, what do you see? Double bottom, right back up over the levels. Beautiful, right? So be patient, keep God first, and yeah, man, just make sure y'all good, all right? And I think that's it. I'll see y'all. Peace.